The old Tabard pub, North Street. So that's why you came to see me.
Please, sir, find my father.
Dorset Street. Dorset Street. Dorset Street.
I don't open the door to strangers.
I don't feel thirsty right now. There's nobody at home. North Street.
Sorry, I'm working. I can't open the door. Sorry, I'm working. I can't open the door.
Whitechapel High Street.
Whitechapel never changes. Dirt and beggars everywhere.
I don't know, go with this bugger everybody. I don't take it for I don't like yeah! Go! Flag is... Oh, yeah, whatever. I don't eat bugger.
I couldn't pay my rent last week.
Pumpkin, cabbage, cheap.
New Street.
Rich folk feed meat to their dogs. I can't even remember what meat tastes like.
Living costs are too much these days. My son has to work down the sewers. He's only 7.
Commercial Street. Commercial Street.
What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor early in the morning?
Commercial Street. Commercial Street. Commercial Street.
What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do?
Chamber Street. Union Street. Old Montague Street.
Alas, the weather's good. Last week was freezing.
I'm praying it doesn't get cold again. I've no money for coal.
Old Montague Street. Hurst covered his bills ahead of time, thus providing Tom with security and sustenance.
My mother, sir. She died when I was very young. My father told me what she was like, but that's all I have.
I'm sorry, Tom. My mother left me when I was very young too.
My mother...
I'm sorry. Food's running low. It's already 3 weeks since George Hurst's disappearance. Well, I can see the preparations for peasant soup, a clever concoction for somebody with apparently no culinary skills. Huh. A collection of worn-out and second-hand books. George Hurst was providing his son with the best education that he could afford.
Father bought all those books for me. He didn't tell me, but I know that he pawned his coat for them.
A collection of worn-out and second-hand books. George...
Father bought all... Please, sir, find my father. The roof leaks all the time. Father used to fix it.
Just some old things. The Old Tabard Pub, North Street. The Old Tabard Pub, North Street. Dorset Street. North Street. I don't feel thirsty right now.
Whitechapel never changes. Dirt and beggars everywhere. The two sons work at the factory. The little one's only 70.
Whitechapel High Street. New Street.
I couldn't pay my rent last week.
Pumpkin, cabbage, cheap.
We need to help Tom find his father, Holmes.
My archive. I can always consult with it if need. My analysis table. It's useful for my work. Brave Toby, the best nose in the British Empire.
Well, first of all,
A dancing elephant. Strange, but it somehow makes me think of Mycroft. Well, I can see the preparations for peasant soup, a clever concoction for somebody with apparently no culinary skills. Glue. Probably taken from a wall.
Good day, Mr. Holmes.
Well, if it isn't young Wiggins. And I see you found yourself a job.
If you can call it that. I hate it. But if you've got any proper work for me...
I just might be in need of your assistance later. Wait here.
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Dorset Street. I need to earwig to find out who is offering this special job.
No. That fellow who's offering the special jobs, he never drinks alcohol.
The child labour law sent your kids to
There's
school
no one to
instead
eavesdrop
of the
on from
coal
here.
mine.
There's no one to eavesdrop on from here.
No gods, no masters. The man who's offering that special job has a proper set of mutton chop whiskers.
Equality for the working class.
I'm glad I'm my own boss. I can complain only to myself. Or to Watson. So, the man I'm looking for has whiskers and never drinks alcohol.
Bosses beware. When we're screwed, we multiply.
It's not him.
Dump the bosses off your backs.
This must be the man that I'm looking for. Interesting. A missing person. I should find out more.
Boss is...
You see that gentleman? I need you to follow him and report back to me.
All right, Mr. Holmes.
Whitechapel never changes. Dirt and beggars everywhere.
I couldn't pay my rent last week.
Pumpkin, cabbage, cheap.
They won't let me pass. I'll need to find another way.
Rich folk feed meat to their dogs. I can't even remember what...
Living costs are too much these days. My son has to work down the sewers. He's only 7.
Stop crying and get to work.
Ah, boys from the Bruisers gang. Better keep out of their way.
What are you waiting for?
I'll be able to continue the chase if I climb up the chimney, but it's dangerous.
Stupid kid!
Please, you...
Go on.
He's still here, that's a relief. Ah, I've lost him. He's still here, that's a relief. Whoa!
From?
What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor early in the morning?
No place to hide here. I'd better go through the yard.
Oi! What are you doing in my garden?
Look at that crawling rat. Get away from me, boy!
From?
What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor early in the morning?
Oi! What are you doing in my garden?
look at that crawling rat.
I know that boy. He's Shoeshine Jim from Chambers Street. He's mute because his drunk stepfather beat him. Hey Jim, can you lend me your kit? I'm on a secret mission for Mr. Holmes.
Mm-hmm.
It's dirty. I should use a damp cloth. I should remove the dirt first.
Hurry up!
I should remove the...
Did you fall asleep?
This could be you.
What are you doing?
He's talking with a cabbie. I need to get closer.
Alas, the weather's good. Last week was freezing.
I'm praying it doesn't get cold again. I've no money for coal.
I can't lose him now. Ah, I've lost him. I can't lose him now. Interesting. What's going on in the yard? Locked. Wow, a lot of expensive stuff. Ah, a coat of arms. It might help Mr. Holmes. I'll make a drawing of it. It's too dangerous to enter. I can't see what's inside. I can't see what's inside. I can't see what's inside. It's too dangerous to enter. It's too dangerous to enter. I can't see what's inside. Locked. Do only 2 people live here? I wish one was me. Do only... Bags of food. I like this house. Time to report to Mr. Holmes. Let's get outside before I get caught.
Wigan's tale was quite unusual. What do you make of what he found, Holmes?
Wiggins did a good job.
Holmes, we need to help poor Tom. Holmes, we need to help poor Tom.
My analysis table. It's useful for my work. That's not the one I need. 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 That's not the one I... That's not the one I need. 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 Here it is. So this man could be Lord Marsh. Huh. A lord who hangs around in a public house. Let's pay a visit to Lord Marsh. We'll pretend that we're interested in his charitable activities.
Mr. Holmes, you have a visitor.
Oh, just ask him to wait.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. This young lady refuses to wait for anything.
What?
Father!
Caitlin!
Miss Caitlin's boarding school was flooded. Everyone was sent home.
As if it could smell any mustier.
My word, how is it possible that you have grown up so fast?
You'll be staying. Wherever will we put you?
Holmes, I'll give her my room, of course.
What do you have to say, Kate?
You're on a new case. A respectable lady who's being blackmailed? Or is it a love story between a prince and a suffragist?
However did you guess?
You will tell me, won't you, Father?
But you'll make Watson jealous.
All right, then. Have fun. I'll go and unpack. Will you help me, Mrs. Hudson?
Holmes, about Caitlin.
Yes?
She has grown up, hasn't she? Don't you think it's time to tell her?
To tell her what, Watson?
Well, about her father.
Never. Absolutely never. Do you hear me?
Holmes, you were responsible for the death of her father. You owe her the truth. She is old enough now.
I would lose her. Can't you see that? She must never know, Watson. Is that clear?
Holmes.
It won't and can't happen. Locked.
Come in, please. Good day, gentlemen. Welcome to my home. How may I help you?
Good day to you, Lord Marsh. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson. I hope we're not disturbing you. You are with your physician?
Yes, this is Dr. Reuben Fisher. But no, please, I'm intrigued by your visit, Mr. Holmes.
I'm glad to hear it. The last thing I'd wish is to upset the patient. Lord Marsh, can I just say that I admire all of your efforts in assisting the poor of London?
Yes. It is a war that we must fight, on our streets and now too from my home. You must surely have noticed those bags full of items, clothing and books for the unfortunate.
That is inspirational. At my own humble level, I too try my best to support those in need. I thought perhaps that I could be of some assistance.
I don't see why not. I already have the valuable assistance of Dr. Fisher, who happens to be my personal physician.
Forgive me, Lord Marsh, you're looking very pale. Might I offer Dr. Watson's assistance?
That is kind of you, but I feel confident that I can provide Lord Marsh with the care that he requires.
How long have you been like this, my lord?
I'm fine, Dr. Watson.
In that case, why are you taking such powerful painkillers?
Excuse me, what do you mean?
Mr. Holmes is referring to the pills on your table.
I'm sorry, but that's a medical confidentiality.
It's curious. Your face seems familiar to me, Doctor. Oddly, I'm associating it with Whitechapel?
Well done. You are right. I do occasionally frequent a few hostelries over there, would you believe it? Not that I am a drinker. But there, dressed as a working man, I can approach the other fellows to see if they might be interested in a special job.
A special job? May I ask what you're referring to?
Certainly. Since Lord Marsh began his special education program in 1889, he foresaw that such people would need an occupation of some kind. And so, with or without education, we propose these opportunities to work with Lord Marsh. It offers the less fortunate a chance to help make London a better place.
That's remarkable.
Yes, indeed. In order to truly see, one requires vision, yes, but also insight, and Lord Marsh has believed this since he was a child.
Oh, Dr. Fisher makes it all sound so romantic. Let's close this topic.
Lord Marsh believes that he can help all these poor people.
Is there something else that interests you?
I'm intrigued by the special education program.
A provision dealing with the paupers of Whitechapel. Lord Marsh even helps hospitals. Lord Marsh, hunting with his friends.
Ah, my dear comrades, Lord Collins and Lord Harrington. If it wasn't for this godforsaken English malady, I'd be with those rapscallions right now.
All in due time, my lord.
Last year, 3 orphans were put through medical college. Thanks to Lord Marsh and the special education program, a great many poor people will have a second chance in life.
John Strobridge. I've seen this name before. It was on a missing persons poster. I can't quite work it out. Do you have any idea as to the number of people who might owe you their lives?
Oh, don't embarrass me, Mr. Holmes. But indeed, these people have become like a family to me.
That would be a fairly large family, I imagine.
Yes, the list would be longer than any of your short stories. As for how large, well, Fisher is the one who keeps record.
Might we take a glance at the list?
I regret that is impossible. It is confidential. I stand firm upon that point, Mr. Holmes.
I quite understand. We'll most certainly send a donation towards your educational program. I shall take my leave then. I thank you both, and I wish you all the very best, gentlemen.
Likewise, Mr. Holmes.
I'm intrigued by the special education program.
It appears that Lord Marsh spent a great deal of his money on aiding the poor. Humanitarian aid for an orphanage. Aid for the paupers of Lambeth Workhouse. It's extremely honourable to devote one's whole life to assisting the poor. Bags full of food. It's closed. It's closed.
Despite my title, yes, I have to share my home with these bags full of food for the poor. Is there something else that interests you?
Lord Marsh believes that he can help all these poor people. Lord Marsh believes that he can help all these poor people.
Arm in arm, stronger together, stronger than ever. The longer the picket line, the shorter the strike.
No gods, no masters.
Mr. News about my father.
Tom, not so fast. I wanted to ask you if you remember your father mentioning anything about a special education program.
An education program? No, he only talked about a special job.
What's this box, Tom?
Oh, yeah. I just found it, Mr. Holmes. It was ever so well hidden. I've no idea why.
Well done, my boy. It could prove very helpful. This oil can also be used on weapons. A ramrod to clean a rifle. Wolfjack. Looks like a military badge. Tom, does your father own a rifle?
A rifle? No. If he had, he would have shown it me.
I'm sure that he wouldn't have shown it you. I need to find this rifle.
I hope you'll find my father soon. I hope you'll find my father soon.
This scrap of cloth was used to oil a firearm. Tom, does your father have any other property?
No. Well, at least I don't think so.
I have to take Toby. He'll take a sniff of the oil, and we'll find that rifle. Come on, Toby. It's time for you to earn your keep. Watson?
I prefer to visit Lord Marsh. I'm worried about the condition of his health. I prefer to visit Lord Marsh. I'm worried about the condition of his health.
Search, Toby, search. Nothing that could interest me. Pile of rubbish. Just some old things. It's not here. Old things. Ordinary storage. Tom's photograph. Let's try to get inside. A map of Epping Forest. This case must have been full of cartridges. There was something on the stand. There was a rifle here. George Hurst took it with him. News clippings on Lords in the education programme. Why are they here? Let's compare this list with the evidence that we found earlier. This is the list of selected participants for October's special education programme. According to this poster, John Strobridge is missing. Let's compare them with people from Hurst documents. This man appears in both documents. All the people in Marsh's document are marked and dated in George Hurst's files. There was something on the...
Holmes, what are you doing here? What are you planning?
A mission of my own. You must play the role of the conscientious doctor while I sneak inside Marsh's house. That's the only way of helping little Tom.
The window is firmly shut.
How can I help you?
I came to visit Lord Marsh.
What for?
I would very much like to see Lord Marsh, if you please.
Mr. Holmes? What are you doing here? How can I help you?
I came to visit Lord Marsh.
What for?
I would very much like to see Lord Marsh, if you please.
Mr. Holmes? What are you doing here? How can I help you?
I came to visit Lord Marsh.
What for?
I would very much like to see Lord Marsh, if you please.
Oh, you're so clumsy. Can you please not—
I have to visit Lord Marsh and offer him my services.
Fisher, please, allow Dr. Watson to enter.
Good job, Watson. Let's see how hard to crack this safe is.
Doctor, it appears that you were impatient to pay me another visit.
Indeed. Will you allow me to examine you? A second opinion, so that the great Lord Marsh does not become the late Lord Marsh.
Well, since you put it that way, very well.
Shall I retire to your office, Lord Marsh?
No, please, Doctor. I insist that you stay. I shall need your assistance.
Will you break anything else?
I'll try my best.
Mr. Holmes? What are you doing here? Will you break anything else?
I'll try my best.
Mr. Holmes? What are you doing here? Will you break anything else?
I'll try my best.
I can hide here. Lord Marsh is a keen hunter. November 7th. This means that the meeting is planned for today.
I'd suggest that your current weakness is perhaps more than a simple case of influenza, Lord Marsh.
Where might your companion be, Dr. Watson?
Oh, he's busy poking his nose into other people's business, I'm sure.
My lord, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I must remind you about your meeting.
Is it already time? My apologies, Dr. Watson, but we are expected elsewhere. Might we offer you a lift?
You are going out? I'm not sure that's wise in your condition.
I value your opinion, But misery never rests, and I am needed.
Well, do please take good care of yourself, Lord Marsh. I'll send you my diagnosis, Dr. Fisher.
Thank you, Dr. Watson. Farewell.
Watson, what are you doing at my table?
I just need to check one thing about Lord Marsh. My intuition tells me that Lord Marsh is hiding something about his disease. His cough, in addition to his fever and his usage of strong painkillers, leads me to believe that he is seriously ill. Let's study it more closely. Sputum with tiny drops of blood. I could take a sample and examine it under the microscope. I need to take a sample of it using the glass rod. Let us apply chemicals to color the sample. I need a pipette. This chemical should be applied second. Now, let's examine the colored sample under the microscope. A mycobacterium. It appears that Lord Marsh is seriously ill. Holmes, this is no longer a laughing matter. It is just as I feared. Lord Marsh is suffering from tuberculosis.
You don't say.
Yes, I do say. And Holmes, he will die if he is not transferred to a sanatorium as soon as possible.
And yet both Lord Marsh and Dr. Fisher are doing their best to hide this fact. How interesting.
But why?
Why indeed, Watson?
Oh, dear God. You don't think that Lord Marsh contracted tuberculosis while aiding the poor? How terrible. I have a commitment that I can't possibly cancel. Holmes, during my absence, please be extremely careful. This disease is highly contagious. And remember that we have women at home.
Thank you, Miss Alice. Until later.
I'll see you soon, Caitlin.
Where have you been?
Our neighbour lent me a book. She is so kind. I think she likes you.
I doubt that.
How is your investigation going?
It's going. Dracula?
Yes, it's forbidden reading at my boarding school. Did you know?
Well, well.
I can't wait to tell all my friends about this.
That's not the one I need. Here it is. That's not the one I... That's not the one I need. That's not the one I... That's not the one I... That's not the one I need. That's not the one I need. That's not the one I need. That's not the one I... That's not the one... That's not... That's not... Here it is. Cranston's Oak is in Epping Forest. That's the place indicated on George Hurst's map. This is Kate's room. It's private. Let's try to find the place from the hand-drawn map. Here it is. Drat. I'll need to hurry if I want to find out what's going on at the forest.
Father, that boy Wiggins, does he come here very often?
He helps occasionally in some of my cases. Why do you ask?
I'd like to talk to him.
Talk to him?
Father, back at school there are only girls to talk to, and they are so boring. I'm sure Wiggins has lots of exciting stories to tell about his life in London. It would be so romantic.
Oh, Kate, I know what you're like. You'll terrify him. He won't dare to come back here again.
Is that what you think? I love it.
Oh, Kate.
I'll leave you alone now.
A map of London and its surroundings. Could be used. I won't disturb Lord Marsh without a reason.
Whitechapel never changes. Dirt and beggars